Good day everyone, I'm Hurley of RFI Reviews here, back at it again with my review for the Venture Electronics. But this time it is their newest IEM, the Venture Electronics UA Guangji. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name, but that's what I understand from the name itself, the Guangzi or the Guangji. Okay? But before I proceed, I'd like to thank Venture Electronics for sending this unit to me and in exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core, like I always do for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me. Since again and again, I won't be editing this extensively, English isn't really my native language, and I prefer writing my reviews rather than recording them as usual. Okay? Okay. So to give you an idea, again, the Venture Electronics Guangji. Guangji, but I'll call it Guangji because that's what I prefer. Okay? The Venture Electronics UA or unabridged Guangji is their latest IEM from what I understand. But this isn't only their IEM from what I also understand. Again, they also have the SIE, I believe the Azure as well. They also have that. And they also had before the BIE, from what I remember, the BIE Pro, the SIE. There's the big and the smalls. If you know, you know. Yeah, that's my age is showing up apparently. But yeah, the Guangji costs around 40 to 50-ish US dollars depending on the configuration that you prefer it with. Um, if you prefer the standard edition, you'll be getting the Venture Electronics Guangji with the cable right here and the ear tips right there. But you can also purchase this with a DAC. Like for example, you can purchase this with the Odo, the Venture Electronics Odo, or probably the Devastator, or probably you can purchase it also with this one, the Venture Electronics DIC. Yes, DIC Vita cable, but it will cost you in a grand total of 100-ish US dollars. So that's like 5,000 pesos in Philippine money. But if you'll be purchasing the standard edition, uh you can have it for like 40-ish US dollars, or around 2,000 to 3,500 pesos in Philippine money by the time that I record this review. Okay? Okay. So, as for the accessories, again, it really depends on what you prefer when it comes to the configurations. But again, as for the stock configuration, you'll be getting the stock cable and the ear tips, this basic, what do you call this? It is quite minimal. It is a minimal packaging. It doesn't seem to have any information about the IEM that much, which is quite understandable and is usual of Venture Electronics. Usually, their information about the IEM you'll be purchasing, or actually any product that you'll be purchasing, are on their website, usually on the description, or probably they usually post it within pictures or images of the specifications of their products. So there's that, and you'll also get this case. There's nothing too much to it. It is your usual Venture Electronics, wherein they keep things minimal and practical, if you may. They included this zipper case or zipper pouch this time. Okay? And again, you'll get the IM itself here. As you can see, the IM itself here, I'd say it's a unique. It is quite unique. I do like that design. I do like that flakes going on the faceplate. Yes, and yes, this is made of resin. It might not seem like that much, but yes, it is made of resin apparently. And it really looks nice. It looks nice. I really like that design. As you can see, it looks like carbon fiber that is on the glossy side of things. Okay? But before we proceed, I like to clarify things out. For transparency, I am not sure if the cable that the Venture Electronics Guangxi comes with my unit is a defective one or a faulty one. I'm not sure. I honestly am not sure if it's a defective or it's just the way how it sounds, but I hope that it is just faulty, because upon using this cable with the Venture Electronics Guangji, or the configuration that you'll get when you purchase the standard edition, the sound is a little bit off. Yes, it is a little bit off to my liking. Orify, why would you say that? Why would you say that the sound is off? Well, first and foremost, the overall sound is a little bit nasal to my liking, which at first I thought it was just some, probably the polarity on the cables is wrong or something like that. Maybe it's reversed in polarity. But I've tried a couple of configurations, like for example, um, using the Guangji in with its cables reversed, literally reversed in polarity, it sounds the same. So I'm not really sure if the cable is doing the if this cable is hindering the overall potential or performance of the Venture Electronics Guangji. But I also tried this cable with my other IEMs, and it does hinder the sound in a negative manner. I do hope that this is just a faulty cable or something like that, because um when you pair the Venture Electronics Guangji, yes, when you pair this one with, like, let's say their own um Vita DIC cable, it sounds fine. In fact, it sounds really good. You'll definitely hear the true potential of the Guangji. Or even you can just pair this with any cable, two pin, specifically two pin cable, which you want, whether it be nice HEK, TRN, um what do you call this? Probably Yongse, uh, Hakuge, if you're feeling fancy, you will be having no problems, and you will hear the true sound or the true potential of the Guangji. Again, I'm not really sure about this cable though, but yeah, when you pair this with other cables, it sounds really good. It sounds just fine. It is not a cable placebo by any means. Um, I have also let my other friends, my other colleagues, listen to it, and yeah, it to them as well, it the sound seems a little bit off. It is not like a snake oil BS or something like that. No, it is probably a technical problem, if I'll be very frank, or to be honest with you. So yeah, I do hope that the other units doesn't come or doesn't suffer this type of scenario. Okay? Okay. So again, you'll get these ear tips as well. It isn't much. I wish that they could have done wherein there's another set of ear tips, but like probably it is a wide bore, a bit softer, this and that. But they will do what we have here. But yeah, there's that. And yes, if you order the version wherein you'll also buy the DIC Vita cable. This is what it looks like. It's really nice. Again, my complaint on this one is the splitter is a little bit on the heavy side, but it is more of a nitpick. It really feels premium. Even the sleeving is quite thin on this one. It is on the thinner side. It isn't that thick, which I really like, and it is half sleeve, which again I really like. If I were to nitpick, since you'll be using this in an IM, they could have done a matte ear hooks on this one, but yeah, it's no big deal. It sounds all right. I mean, it sounds fine. It sounds as it is. It doesn't have any problems or technical problems like the stock cable of this one. But there's that. Okay. Now, as for the fit, comfort, and isolation of the Guangji is on the slightly smaller side of the spectrum, which means this will fit all ears, apparently. This, whether it be a small, average size, or you probably large set of ears like what I have, the Guangji will fit snug just fine. You will be having no problems. And the edges on this one, as you can see, it is also in the thinner side of the slimmer side of things. It is not that chunky, and the edges on this one are quite smooth, actually. Yes, it is quite smooth. It doesn't have any edges, actually. It doesn't have any edges, but it does have some curves, and I do like the design of this one. You'll have no problems fitting this with your ears. Even the ear tips on this one fits really well with the Guangji. It pairs well with the Guangji. I have no problems or any observations wherein the ear tips affected the overall sound negatively. So there's that. Okay. Now, as for the drivability, uh, from what I remember, I'm not really I can't quite remember that well the specifications that are in the website, but I'll just flash it here in this section. But yeah, the from my experience, the Venture Electronics Guangji or the UA Guangji is easy to drive. Probably it's like 32-ish ohms or so because it responds well with the Devastator. It responds well with the Odo. Do take note that the Odo is like 2 VRMs ish or 1.5 VRMs ish from what I remember. I also tried this with the Apple dongle with a better cable or with a run of the mill 2 pin 3.5 millimeter cable, and it sounds just fine. It doesn't seem to have any night and day difference when it comes to the scaling or the scalability or the pairing or whatsoever. So which means the Venture Electronics Guangji will pair with pretty much any dongle that you could think of or that you could purchase of or that you have. Even with the iFi or the EFI Zen DAC, which isn't really that recommended as per Wildly himself, the Guangji pair just fine. It doesn't seem to be hindered by the EFI Zen DAC. Like let's say I also paired this um, with the DD Hi-Fi TC44 Pro i3 and it sounds really good. So yeah, as for the pairing, drivability, the setup configuration, the Guangji is very versatile. Like the world is your oyster or the um I'd say the collection that you have is the oyster, so feel free to mix and match the Guangji. But for this review and for this showcase, of course, the Venture Electronics has their own cable. They have their own ear tips. They have their own dongle. So, yeah, if you're into the Venture Electronics ecosystem, well, look no further because again, the VE or the Venture Electronics ecosystem fits well with each other. They have this Apple-ish type of move, which some people love, some people hate. Personally, what as long as it is efficient, as long as it doesn't overshadow each other, I have no problems with it actually. So there's that. Okay, so what's the sound? Yes, what's the sound of the Venture Electronics UA Guangji? Like RFI, the Venture Electronics are usually known for their flatted earbuds. Their IMs way before, from my colleagues before, said that it didn't sound that good except for the BIE. They seem to love the BIE and the SIE. Um, so how does the Guangji um compared to those? Well, the Venture Electronics Guangji or the UA Guangji by far, based on my experience, do take note that I haven't heard extensively their other IMs, but the Guangji itself is probably their most well-tuned IM so far. Why is that so? Well, for starters, the Venture Electronics Guangji is a neutral-ish. Yes, it is a neutral-ish sounding IEM with a little bit of bass boost going on, but it is well done while keeping their house sound wherein the vocals are forward with some good thickness to it. So, on surface, it is a neutral-ish sounding IEM with some mild bass elevation going on. But if we'll be specific, the Guangji is a mild U-shape IM. And it is on the warmer, thicker side of the spectrum. So it does have that pleasing tonality for most people and most genres that you can come up with the Guangji. So the bass on this one, is mildly sub bass elevated. Yes, or sub bass dominant rather. My apologies. Yes, the sub bass on this one, it does have some rumble, but it is well done. It doesn't seem to smear on the other frequencies, and it is well controlled. Yeah, it is well controlled. The attack and decay on this one, is on the average side. It is not that fast. It is also not that slow either. So some people say it is natural, but I wouldn't call it natural. I hate the term, or I hate the idea of using the natural as a descriptor for an IEM, but hey, that's just me. I'm not attacking anybody. Yeah, that's just how I prefer things. But yeah, for the most part, it is average, or it is average to slightly above average because it is quite clean. It is quite clean when it comes on, when it executes, or when it renders the base whenever the track calls it. And at the same time, it doesn't seem to smear on the other frequencies as well. The only time that you'll not like the bass of the Venture Electronics Guangji is if you prefer more elevation, if you prefer the bass head level type of elevation. Okay? Personally, if I were to really nitpick, but yeah, do take note that this is a 40 USD, or under, and I am under 50 USD. So, yeah, if I were to nitpick, I guess the bass, yeah, I'm not guessing actually. I have my notes here. The bass on this one is quite monotonous at times. Probably because it kinda lacks that texture that I am looking when for an IEM in this price point, but at the same time it is quite understandable because apparently most of the IEMs that sounds fairly neutral. Yes, fairly neutral under 50-ish USD kind of exhibits that same character wherein it may lack texture or it may lack detail at times. But do take note that this is not really a big deal. I am just stating this as a form of transparency to everyone. But yeah, it isn't really a big deal. At first, I didn't notice it at all actually until I A/B'd it with another IM that are a little bit more expensive than this one. So there's that. Okay. Now, as for the mids on this one is smooth. It is smooth. It is still well placed. I won't say that it is recessed at all. I just say that it is well placed. It might seem a little bit recessed for some people because the bass is elevated and the vocal is mildly elevated as well. But personally, it is well placed to me. It doesn't seem to recess that bad. And at the same time, it doesn't seem to sound drowned or boxy or anything like that. The mids on this one, the overall mids is lush, it is thick, it is smooth, while at the same time it still has that details going on. I wouldn't use it for analytical listening or critical listening though, but yeah, it has that sufficient details that you'll be looking or asking for in an IEM under 50 USD. So there's that. Again, like the upper frequencies on this one is, it is still thick. It is your usual VE house sound, again, where the vocals are forward. Some people call it sweet, and at the same time it doesn't seem to have any sibilance, peaks, or harshness or something like that. Oh, and by the way, if you think that, or if you're hearing that if my voice is a little bit nasal, pardon me. I am not feeling well apparently in this season, so there's that. But yeah, for the most part, the upper mids are for literally for everyone to enjoy because it doesn't seem to exhibit any harshness or peaks or anything like that. Personally, if I were to nitpick, you know me, I'm a neutral head. Usually, I prefer neutral sounding sets or borderline bright sounding sets. I find that the upper mids on this one are a little bit safe to my liking. It doesn't have the bite. It doesn't have the air that I am looking for when it comes to the upper mids on this one. But it greatly avoids any sibilance while not sounding muted, while not sounding recessed or anything like that. So yeah, I prefer that because again, from a marketing standpoint, the Guangji needs to please customers. It needs to please enthusiasts. It needs to please as much people as it can. So, yeah, it is definitely on the safer side of things, but at the same time, it is not lacking, in my humble opinion. Okay? Now, as for the treble, just like the upper mids, it is still fairly extended. It is decently extended. It does have some good air to it. It does have some good resolution to it. But at the same time, if I were to really nitpick, I would have preferred more air, more clarity, more extension. But again, it will make the Guangji bright, in my humble opinion and in my theory. So yeah, again, the Venture Electronics did a really good thing here because it never sounded dark. to what I prefer, and to those people, to the preferences of the other people that I have lent this with for a short amount of time. So yeah, I'd say that they did well with the overall timbre, the overall sound character of the Guangji, which is quite polarizing because Guangji in the Chinese characters or the Chinese folklore usually is a timid, aggressive, fast-paced character. It shows really aggressiveness on the overall folklore, while this one is the complete opposite of that. So that's interesting. Yeah, that is quite interesting. Okay, now as for the technical chops, well, the technical chops on this one is average-ish to above average-ish at best. Um, but personally, it isn't really that what I would call this. There's nothing to write home about this one, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to fail or to have any compromises either for under 50-ish USD. You'll basically get a very good, fairly wide, fairly spacious soundstage, your usual wider than deep setup with a very good amount of depth, separation and layering on this one, and it is fairly clean even on the most busiest tracks that I have encountered it with or that I have used it with. Of course, do expect some minor congestions here and there, but nothing too serious or nothing too concerning, to say the least. Imaging on this one is still your usual. It is precise for the price as what I would put it. I haven't seen any overlapping or anything on the podcast or on the game that I am playing. So yeah, you won't be having any problems with the imaging on this one. Okay. Now, as for the comparisons, where should we compare this? Definitely we should compare this to the crowd favorite, the SimGot EW200. When compared, they're quite opposite, but not quite. Sure, they're as much as possible they're trying to achieve that neutrality under 50 USD, but at the same time they kind of shifted towards each other or away from each other because the EW200 is on the brighter side of things. It is on the unforgiving technical-ish side of things. It also has that wider stage as well, while the Guangji keeps things smooth, warm, enjoyable, fatigue-free. It doesn't have again any sibilance or harshness, not at all. So yeah, the safer choice the would be the Guangji among the two sets. Okay, both are easy to drive as well. Do take note of that. Okay, now where should we compare this next? We should compare this next with one of the my remarkable IMs as of now. I'm not sure if some people know this, but yeah, this one, the Sivga SM100. Yes, because both of them are on the 50 under 50-ish on the standard edition side of things. Yeah, when compared, they are achieving neutrality. They are doing their best to achieve the neutrality, but they're doing it in a very different way to each other. Because again, the Guangji is on the thicker side, while the SM100 is on the neutral, borderline bright side of things. I can even say that the SM100 is definitely a replacement for the EW200, if you may. That's a strong take, but it is just my personal opinion. So yeah, they're doing things differently. The SM100 is noticeably thinner or leaner on the overall sound, while the Guangji is thicker. It is more smoother, but the SM100 has better technical chops, mainly on the sound stage and the layering and separation. On the imaging, they are about the same actually. So pick what you prefer. Personally, if I were to recommend a more all-rounder I am between the two, the Guangji is the more all-rounder because it is not that lean. But my preference on most of my genres actually is the SM100. So yeah, there are times probably during my commutes wherein I don't want to focus on the sound or on the music that much. I just don't want to be sleepy. well, the Guangji would be the better option. Probably there are times that I want to drink my coffee and listen to my music. The SM100 would be my pick. So pick what you really prefer. Okay, so where should we compare this next? Again, we should compare this next with the Heidi's Mark 10 Arc Sonics. When compared, the Heidi's Mark 10 Arc Sonics is a more V-shape-ish sound signature that is within the borderline bright side of things. Some people call it bright. Personally, it isn't really that bright to me, but I understand. I understand them. I understand what they hear. So when compared, yes, the Mark 10 Arc Sonics has better technical chops, that's for sure. But at the same time, it is also prone to sibilance. It is also prone to harshness. It also is a little bit prone on the boominess of the overall sound. While the Guangji is safer, more controlled, but at the same time, it doesn't have that extension. It doesn't have that clarity that the Mark 10 Arc Sonics have. So pick what you prefer, but the more versatile set on this one is the Guangji, while the more energetic version or the more energetic I am between the two sets is definitely the Mark 10 Arc Sonics. Okay, now I'll switch to the Tagalog portion of my review for a quick rundown of the Guangji. Okay? Now, as for the Guangji, itong si Guangji is nasa 2,000 pesos or 3,500 pesos kung hindi ako nagkakamali as of now na nire-record ko tong video to. Pwede mo siyang pabutin ng 5,000 pesos if bibilin mo tong cable na to. Again, yung standard edition, hindi ko sure kung sa akin lang yung may problema, pero itong cable na to, medyo pinapangit niya yung tunog nitong Guangji. Mas nagtunog ngongo siya actually. Nagtunog manipis, nagtunog congested yung overall na tunog. And akala ko nung una parang reverse polarity lang or something, pero feel ko may problema talaga tong cable na to kasi tinry ko to sa ibang IEMs and same result. So may problem tong cable na to. In theory, actually not in theory kasi ginawa ko na eh. Pwede kang bumili ng cable or magpalit ng kahit anong cable dito sa Guangji and maririnig mo yung tunay na tunog niya. Pero for the sake ng review to, kasi ito yung pinadala eh, itong Venture Electronics Standard DIC Vita cable yung kinabit ko dito. And wala naman ako naging problem. Wala rin naman siya ganong naging difference actually na parang night and day compared sa ibang cables. Pero ayun nga, if hopefully itong unit lang na to, yung ganto na parang sira tong cable na to. Pero kung like let's say kung sira man, pakipalitan na lang yung cable kasi itong cable na to medyo pinapapangit niya yung tunog nitong Guangji. Kaya siguro may mga reviews na nagsabi na, "Oy, ganito yung tunog niya, manipis na neutral na talagang forward yung vocals." Pero in reality, hindi talaga siya parang sobrang ganon. Yung tunog niya talaga is neutral, na warm, na actually makapal. Oh, makapal na, alam mo yun, nandun pa rin yung BE house sound na forward talaga yung mids. At the same time, makapal. So, maganda yung tonality na ito. Probably, ito yung pinakamaganda nilang nagawa na try ko or na audition ko. Hindi ko pa na-try yung yung kulay gold nilang IEM, yung SIE. So, ayun, para sa akin, ito yung pinakamaganda nilang nagawa kasi easy to drive siya, maliit lang siya. So, kahit maliit yung tenga mo, kahit let's say, baka iregalo mo to sa girlfriend mo or sa, probably, sa mother mo if nag-IM siya or sa friend mong may maliit na tenga. Wala kang magiging problem dito. Malaki na nga yung tenga ko and dalilitan na ako dito na gumamit na ako ng small tips para lang snug, deep fit talaga yung fit sa akin. And sobrang komportable niya. Like, literal, ginamit ko siya na 8 hours. Oo, 8 hours. Walang tayuan sa trabaho and wala akong naging problem. Ang ganda, may nagdi-disappear lang siya sa tenga kong malaki. So, ayun. Oh, yun nga, yung tunog niya, maganda yung tonality, warmish siya, na mild U-shape, na forward yung vocals, na makapal. So, ayun, para sa lahat ng genres na na maiisip mo or pinapakinggan mo and sa lahat ng setups, wala kang magiging problem sa Guangji kasi napaka-versatile niya. If ininitpick ko based sa preferences ko, siguro ang ninitpick ko ayun, para sa akin too safe siya. Kasi mas sanay ako sa, alam mo yun, outgoing, neutral na unforgiving na tunog. Pero ayun, kasi hindi naman ako eh. I mean, hindi naman lahat ng tao eh katulad yung preference ko eh. So, tama yung ginawa ng Venture Electronics na nasa safer side sila, pero hindi too safe na parang dark sounding yung IM. Not at all. Ang ganda ng pagkakatunan nila dito. So, thumbs up dito. Probably ito yung nasa top recommendation ko under 3,000 pesos as of now. Okay? And ayun nga, balik na ako sa English review nitong Guangji para i-wrap up ko na. Okay? So what's my verdict here with the Venture Electronics UA unabridged Guangji? Well, definitely this is one of the top recommendations that I can recommend you right now. Hype train aside or sugar glazing, sugar coating aside, this is probably one of the top recommendations that I can recommend to you under 40 USD. If and only if you are looking for a safe, warm, thick sounding IM that doesn't really break the bank that much, because it really pairs well with everything that I throw at it. Even their own Devastator pairs really well with this one, with the Guangji. So yeah, for the most part, I wholeheartedly recommend the Venture Electronics Guangji. And it's still bedazzling, or am I bamboozled that Venture Electronics can tune an IM like this good, because they are known to tune flatted earbuds, and tuning flatted earbuds and IMs are two completely different mediums. So yeah, I am really amazed that they did it like this so well with the Venture Electronics Guangji. But I do hope that hopefully this is the only unit, or this is the only unit that has this faulty cable. Yeah, hopefully, because it kind of hinders the overall sound of the Guangji. But by all means, if that has ever happened to you, just buy yourself a cheap cable and you'll be doing just fine. Actually, even with the KBR Glint, you can also pair it with that and you'll be having zero problems actually. Okay? And now that ends my review for the Venture Electronics UA unabridged Guangji. Again, I'd like to thank Venture Electronics for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core, like I always do, for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me, since again, I won't be editing this extensively. English isn't really my native language, and I prefer writing reviews rather than recording them. And yes, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy 2026. I am glad that you made it this year. I mean, that you made it in 2025 and you existed this year. Um, because life is good, I guess. LG. But so yeah, as for the future backlogs, again, there are a lot of backlogs like this one. Again, the Jade Audio JH13. I also have this one, again, the one that I am currently overwhelmed. The Ear Acoustic Audio Elysian Fields with some, my name is in that card going on some reason. Also, again, I also have this, like what I have mentioned earlier, the Sivga SM100. These are good. And I also have this one, the Sigake UTG. I am a little bit late to the party, but I am glad that they gave me an opportunity to review this one because this is very interesting to me. Okay, and thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening to my ramblings, and see you on the next one. Isa pa? Last one.